Hi everyone, welcome to Kuchati's Tech. Thank you for watching the videos and please subscribe the channel. So today we are going to discuss about how to implement runnable functional interface by using Lambda expression. So we need to think right. Actually, what do you mean by functional interface? An interface if contains only one abstract method, we are telling that functional interface. So runnable not introduced in Java 8, but it was there in previous versions too, from previous versions onwards. So, but it has only one abstract method, right? That's why we are calling it as functional interface. So for that, how it look like, right? So it made as functional interface and it contains void run method. So for this, how to write function, how to write Lambda expressions. So already we discussed. So by seeing this, right, we explained, right, we discussed display message, right? So here for writing Lambda expressions, we don't want any return type and method name. That's why we are taking only one parenthesis and Lambda expression symbol system.out.println. We are simply putting as in runnable. This Lambda expression is pointing to runnable function interface. After writing this Lambda expression, we need to invoke the run method, right? So for that, we need to call runnable.run. That's it. That's it actually. So same way, there is a comparator. Comparator also made as what? Functional interface only. Comparator kuda functional interface ga మార్చారు. ఎందుకని ఇది కూడా contains only one abstract method. Comparator కూడా one abstract method కలిగి ఉంది. అందుకే comparator ని కూడా functional interface గా మార్చేశారు. Okay. Sometimes I'll talk in Telugu. Don't worry. Okay. Again, I'll talk in English. Okay. Who knows only the English? No problem. Sometimes I'll in Telugu. Okay. So comparator has only one method, one abstract method. That's why it made as functional interface. So it has on compare method. It takes two parameters and it returns as int. So for this, right, how to write a Lambda expression. So basically, I decided to compare two integer numbers. So for that, right, here t and t, here t is there, right? T. So we can take any type of any type. It can be object type. It can be any integer type. You can take any type. It is generic, right? Generic type. So that's why I made it as t. So, but I decided to take integer type, right? That's why actually, as per Lambda expression standard, what is the point we discussed there? Parameters, providing data type to the parameters is optional. That's why not provided. And return keyword also not optional. That's why return keyword is not provided. So everything is okay, but here why p1 dot compare to a p2? So here p1 dot compare to all wrapper classes, right? Implements by default comparable. That logic already implemented at all wrapper classes. Just by using compare to method, we can achieve that logic. Why to write again in our code? Okay, we'll discuss in the code how to write. Okay, let's directly move to the intelligent practice. Oh, forgotten to call, right? We need to call compare method. Comparator dot compare of 2, 3. Then it gives us What? First number is lesser than second number means -1 it returns. Okay, now directly move to practice. Until J, directly move to until J, not practice. So first runnable. So actually before Java 8, how you write? Before Java 8, how you write runnable? Actually, we know two ways, right? We can implement an interface by using a class, by implementing a class, by implementing an interface, particular class. That is first option. And second option, anonymous interface. Now third option, we got Lambda expression. So actually, we should know when to use which one. So by implementing interface, by particular class, by implementing interface, when to use means actually there is a code reusability. So I written that actually the particular implementation whenever implemented, right? So there is a code reusability. So I written by implementing interface, that code will be useful in other places. On that situation we should decide implementing interface. That is the main thing. So anonymous inner class means when to write anonymous inner class. There to implement, there itself we need to call. We cannot, there is no code reusability. There only will implement, there only will. Then what about Lambda expression? Lambda expression, there only we are writing Lambda expression, there itself we are calling, right? Then what is the difference between anonymous inner class and the Lambda expression? There are many differences. We'll discuss them in future classes. Now if you discuss also now our current, right, whatever we are discussing, that we'll miss it, right? So in future classes there are many differences. In future classes we'll discuss them. Okay, now before Java, now I'm not writing, right, by implementing class, right? An interface by implementing class, I'm not explaining. Just I'm going with the anonymous inner class. Before Java 8, we write like this: runnable equal to new runnable of system dot out dot println. So in runnable one, okay. Now I'm calling runnable dot run. So to call or to start the thread, how do we start the thread? New thread of, we have to pass, we no need to call. This will behave like simple method call. Now it is not calling thread, right? Not starting thread. So we need to pass this runnable implementation reference to the thread to thread parameter, right? It is creating thread object. It has a parameterized constructor as runnable. So now we are passing to that and we are starting. So this is called, by doing this we can start the thread. So it's okay. So now let's see, by using Java 8 how to write, by using Lambda expressions, how to write, by using Lambda expressions. So first runnable will become runnable one. Why? Because already runnable, with runnable already variable is there. That's why runnable one. and a new, not new, it is system dot out dot println in runnable 2. In runnable 2. So now how we are implementing, see. So for declaring, right, for writing lambda expression, modifier not required, return type is not required, and method name is not, just we are taking simply parenthesis and making it as lambda expression, and just we are writing, right, method body. I mean that run method body. So whenever run method body, it contains only one statement, only one line, putting parenthesis also optional, removed. So now we have to start the thread. New thread of runnable 1 dot start. Okay. It is 2. Okay. Now we have to implement, right? Instead of implementing here, we can write directly. We can write this implementation. We can give directly to this thread constructor, right? This thread directly, this implementation we can give to thread constructor instead of creating here and passing this runnable reference to this thread constructor. Directly we can give this implementation. We see how to write that implementation also. So directly giving directly giving anonymous runnable implementation to thread. Anonymous runnable implementation to thread. Okay. How can we? Here actually new thread of new runnable. That's it. New runnable of, here we give sys out. So for this, right, it is 3 dot start. Okay. Now here also we can give, right, directly giving lambda expression implementation to thread. Directly giving lambda expression implementation to thread. Implementation. Okay. Now new thread of so new thread of C. New thread of system dot out dot println. So in runnable 3. Sorry. In runnable 4. Dot start. Okay. Can you give the guarantee always these will come, these will maintain same order? No. Cannot give guarantee. Okay. Oh, it's about runnable. So let's move to comparator. How do we write it? So already before this, right? Before I practiced it. Before explanation, I practiced. Yeah. So comparator of integer. I decided to write integer type values comparison. I decided to write new comparator of here. So here O1 dot compare to of O2. Why here compare to we are using? Already I told all wrapper classes implemented comparable. So comparable, it contains compare method. So it implemented internally this related logic only. Why to write again? So here basically how internally implemented, whenever the O1, I mean first number O1 equal to O2, then it gives us what? This compare method gives us compare or compare to. For compare, we need to give implementation, right? Whenever O1 greater than O2, then gives us 1. So O1 less than O2, then gives us -1. So this thing also we can write, not an issue. If condition, right? By putting if condition, whenever O1 double equal to O2, then return 0. Whenever if condition, again another if condition, whenever O1 greater than O2, return 1. O1 less than O2, return -1. We can also write but why to write? Already compare to is available in integer class. Not required, right? So now we need to put this call in sysout. Why? Because it returns value. It returns the value, right? System.out.println comparator dot compare of first 2, 2. Okay. What is the expecting 0 should come? What we are expecting 0 should come? 0. So first, right? First number we'll put lesser, second number greater. So now what we are expecting? 2 less than 3. 2 less than 3. 2 less than 3 means -1 should come. Okay. Afterwards, first number is greater, second number is lesser. Now 1. Correct? So these how to write lambda expressions. Let's see. By using lambda expressions. By using lambda expressions. So now comparator of integer. Now comparator 1, equal to integer parameter 1 comma integer parameter 2. Now it points to lambda expression. Now we need to return something, right? Return p1 dot compare to of p2. So after return statement, we need to put comma. Now system dot out dot println of. This is about, right? Finish now. This is about. We need to do some modification. We'll first basic thing finished. Basic lambda expression writing finished. Compare of 2 comma 2 comma 3. Anything? Okay. 1 minus 1. So basically already we discussed, right? If lambda expression having only one statement, putting what? Curly braces optional. And for lambda expression return statement also optional. And for lambda expression providing data types to parameters also optional. That's it. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching Kucheti's Tech. Please subscribe to the channel. Thanks. Bye.